Let me ask you a question, because Conan says the place erupted. I want to know what your opinion was on this. I got that was fake news. What was the pop like at that AAA show recently where you and Conan just stood toe to toe and started slugging it out?
He says it all the time. He says, "Let's stop being two stupid motherfuckers and take this money."
And it got a huge pop, right?
It was which one, the Triple Mania one or the one in Monterey?
What was the first one where you got? There was like the Rumble match. You came in, then Vape came in, and you guys just started punching each other. Boom, boom, boom. Which you don't see that anymore these days in professional wrestling. Two guys just standing there, just slugging it out. What show was that? Was that Triple Mania? That was Triple Mania, right? Yeah. What was the pop like for that?
It was kind of like the building was going like this. It was so loud. You felt that it was just like this movement, and I knew I couldn't savor the moment because it wasn't our moment, but it was our moment. I wanted to take that, but it was
Let me tell you what I like about it.
Yeah, it was just too much, man.
I like that there's still you look at the old school guys, and we're older, they call you out of touch and stuff and everything and all that, and you get in the ring and it's like. It's almost like the other wrestlers that think you guys shouldn't still be doing this because you should be, when they hear the pop, it's got to kind of like really like embarrass them. That it's like, God, I think like these guys are kind of like, these guys are, right? And then like you go out there, and you get a huge pop, and it's like that this younger generation still looks at us as like, and you say like, hey guys, we still know how to get the people. So it's like, it kind of makes you feel like when I see stuff like that, I pop because it's like, I know what the young generation thinks of us old guys. They think like, we're hanging around.
I'm aloof. You know what I mean? I don't, I'm just, and he's the one who puts me in check. Everything that you just kind of just said, he's like, we still got it.
Right. There's
that scene in Lethal Weapon where Mel Gibson and is about to fight Jet Li. Near the end of the movie, and Danny Glover's going like, "Don't do it, man. You got your ass kicked the whole fucking movie. He's gonna kill you." And Mel Gibson's like, "Fuck it, I just gotta know if I can." It's one of those moments. Right. It's like that moment in Rocky where he stands in front of the commission and he just gets in their face. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why I'm telling you can't compare it or try to decipher it or understand it. Conan and Vampiro in Mexico, unless you were there, you're like. You hear that, you're like, nah, that's not true.
Well, that's why I'm wondering why does
you saw that pop in Triple Mania. If he would come out in a house show by himself, he had that pop.
Why don't you? That's the thing I'm saying. Why don't you guys? Everything's documentary these days and content, everything. Why don't you guys do a documentary then tell the Conan Vampiro story?
It's not over yet.
Get footage and stuff. It's not. I read it. It's not over yet. It's like, not over that's fascinating. You guys are still doing business. It's like you guys have all these ups and downs. Publicly buried each other, publicly got together. Just like, and it's over the years. It's like ultimately that's what professional wrestlers are, though. They just want to make money, and it's like Jesus. We can still like I'll never retire from professional wrestling as long as somebody will pay me to do it. And if I'm going to do it, I want to get paid as much as I can when I do it. That
we all want to make money, dude. But he's got the same bug I do. It's that creative. It's that moment. Sometimes that means more than the money. That opportunity to just to go out there and have the people. It's magic, man.
When you guys were working with each other, were you like, who was the booker, Pena?
He was never really in AAA.
Who was booking?
He was more in CMLL.
Were you guys basically calling your own shots back then, or were they telling you what to do, even though you're on top? Because Hogan calls his own shots here. Flair would basically call all the top guys basically.
This is the crazy thing, bro. We didn't have to call our own shots because they protected us. They were like, why would we not protect these guys that are making money for us? So, you know what I'm saying?
They just told you what you were doing that night, and you just went out and did it. So when I'm not.
Brother, they would beat the shit out of me for the whole match and give me a foul, and then they would pin me. I'd be okay. I'm worried about those two girls in the front row. You guys go ahead and get the victory.
Right. Jesus. That's crazy. But
it's true. It's like Carlos said. They protected us. Why are they going to hurt us? Because we made them more money in one day than they would make in 3 or 4 months.
Because you got paid on a percentage in Arena Mexico.
Wow.
And like every time we win, it was full.